All right, so getting back to this, in the span of roughly like time stopped 6 minutes, or like an hour for this session, that happened. You all had out of body experiences that you all saw. You all saw your past selves like on the trip to Bella, essentially, and you all kind of like had this weird floaty sensation, almost as if reality was kind of just like a little bit broken.
But since it was only during 3 turns, it only took 18 seconds.
Yes. But like IRL, it took about an hour.
Yeah. Because of Casper and Infinity War.
Casper and Infinity War.
Yeah, we went through the entire Infinity War.
And fruit.
Yes. Sorry, major spoilers for Infinity War. Midnight, go back to before I talked about Casper, because that's essentially the plot to Infinity War. Just put a disclaimer of like major Infinity War spoilers.
Infinity War is basically a reimagining.
We may as well have on Welcome to Errf all Infinity War spoilers from here on out.
And Casper.
And all on about 2, 3, 4 episodes ago.
And Clifford.
Yes, Clifford dies in Infinity War.
Guys. Casper dies in Infinity War.
Oh no.
That's worse than Yoda dies in Force Awakens.
Oh, well, now add Star Wars spoilers.
Guys, we're all forgetting that Lightning McQueen dies in it. You remember that scene? He was Tony Stark's new like Jarvis car, remember? Like Knight Rider.
I mean, a lot of cars get destroyed in Marvel movies.
Yeah. Cars being destroyed in Marvel movies. Do you remember Doctor Strange? It was essentially that, but with Tony Stark. Because he had to one-up him. He had to have a talking car. All right, so fuck all that. Glenn, you're up.
Back to the game.
Also, Sky is going to yell at the others to destroy the gem.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you doing?
All right,
destroy the gem.
Actually, everyone, before that, everyone doesn't need to make me a perception check. No one does. But you all saw, I mean, if you want to, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but everyone can see this, even if you're not one. Maybe not, but whatever. This is your gamble. Everyone can see that after each time you guys went through that weird acid trip, like floaty, explodey trip, you all came back to your senses, and you all saw that the wolves, all of the ones that are surrounding you, including Clifford, were kind of like, remember when your TV antennas were like on the fritz and like you got the grainy okay, so for the children watching, antennas were kind of like before.
Get on with it.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with
it. Okay. So essentially, they all kind of seem like grainy and like almost as if they're like fizzing out of existence. Like you could almost like see through them, kind of thing. And that got worse the second time. Like it was almost like they were like a light switch, you like flashing them on and off, kind of appearing and not appearing, kind of thing. So, Glenn, it is your turn now.
Okay, and Sky did shout that?
Yes. To destroy the gem.
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to throw a healing word on Sky, since she's still not looking so hot over there.
She is not.
All right, roll me the Healy-Do.
8.
Minimum health. But still, shit, that's a lot of health.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the cleric showing through.
Zero, just clarification. This one also was fizzing, right?
Which one?
The one Arya's facing.
What's that?
Yeah, that.
I gotta remember my packs of wolves. I remember I got these. That one died. That one died.
Yeah, the one facing Arya is there before the 30 or 40 others appeared.
Yeah. That one is fizzing away as well. All of them are, except for the Clifford clone over here.
Oh, except for him?
No, I'm just kidding. They're all doing that. Even Jerry over here is blinking in and out of existence.
No, not Jerry. Guys, we can't kill this.
He's the only one that had a unique name other than Steve.
No, we're not going to kill Jerry. We ignore Jerry.
Get him.
All right, but Glenn, yeah, that was your bonus action. What else
And then I'm gonna shoot at his forehead.
All right, roll me an attack.
14 to hit.
Forehead or the gem specifically?
At the gem that is on his forehead.
All right, so unfortunately that doesn't hit the gem, but
Does
you
it hit his
do-
forehead?
Yeah, I was about to say you don't hit the gem, but you do hit his head.
That works. That works. That works. I'll take it.
Yeah. All right, so roll me damage just for that attack.
Don't forget your 2 Hunter's Mark equivalents.
Yeah? No, don't worry. I'm not forgetting.
Yeah, because if you do, I'm not going to let you retroactive.
I'm not Brox.
Shade.
Jokes. Anyway. Hold
Brock's
on,
on
actually,
okay.
should I just...
Ooh, not 26. 2d6.
No, moving back. I don't like that. All right, so... Oh, whoops. I thought your 14 on the roll was damage.
What? No.
I mean, it's not too different from the 16 you rolled. It's just 2 more health. Yeah.
Chip it down.
I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I was too busy wondering if I should put Clifford on the map layer because, people are on their tokens kind of on him. But then I was like, no, I don't like that. It looks weird.
Take lessons from OC. Don't put icons on the map layer.
Yeah,
No, I already put the map layer to the back, so anything that ends up on the map layer is automatically to front.
Well, no, he did the
Yeah.
reverse. He put map elements on the token layer.
Oh.
Oh, wow, that's stupid.
So there were a lot of earthquakes.
No, I know how to use. I'm an expert. I'm a level 19 Roll20 user. I know how to do stuff. Anyway. All right, so you shot an arrow. Do you want a coconut to hit him on the head?
Absolutely.
Well, it doesn't happen this time.
But I want it.
You want it to, but it doesn't happen. So you lodge an arrow in Clifford's head, and he's like, he was staggering, but now you can see that he is getting very disoriented after he vomited. You can see him
like his mane.
He's very disoriented. He's kind of like wobbling on his paws. He's still in the same space. He's not moving away. Sorry, he's not moving away, but he is like wobbling in place, like struggling to stay up. You can see that his tongue is out, and there's just like a continuous line of saliva just like coming out of his mouth, just like touching the floor. It's like that stringy saliva that's like goes for like a good 2 feet and then finally breaks off.
Yeah, and he's also got barfy breath.
Yeah, he's also got barf in his breath. So like, Sky, you're like right in front of him. Also, there's a barf-covered Timmy in front of you and down. So that is like, oof, that ain't a good place to be.
How does Jerry feel about this?
Jerry is doesn't feel so good.
As he dissipates.
Oh, there you go!
Good. Now we don't have to stop ignoring him.
He's like, he's like, no one pays attention to me. I guess I'll just go. Oh, and then he just says, I don't feel so good. And he just becomes dust in the wind.
Jerry?
Jerry! All we are.
All right. Getting on with it. Glenn, is that your turn?
Yes, that is it.
All right. So it is Clifford's turn. However, he is suffering from some conditions that would make it very hard for him to do shit. So he's actually gonna, after getting shot in the head with an arrow, he's gonna try and come to his senses. So I'm gonna make a secret roll.
Is he going to retreat?
What's his
and
secret
forget to
modifier?
disengage?
The secret modifier is a secret.
Oh.
0.
Oh no.
What?
No, that's the modifier. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, that
You're the
gets
modifier.
confusing. I'm the modifier. 1d20 plus me.
Oh.
and I count for 9,001. So a D20
Oh, that
plus
one.
9,000 and oh. Oh.
Kick his ass now.
Zero
No,
doesn't want us to figure out that he's
But
CR13.
he makes it, and he kind of regains composure a little bit. It's like he kind of like just kind of like coughs up one more time, and just kind of like tries and get rid of everything else that's like in his mouth. But you know, dogs they eat stuff, so
He
he's
starts
essentially
eating
kinda like,
grass.
yeah, he eats grass to like try and calm down his stomach, which helps.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
No, maybe. I don't
Maybe.
know. Maybe you might convince me if you want one.
I'm not going to get one. I'm not next to him.
I would
All
like
right.
one, please.
All right, convince me why that would.
Because you're a
slips on
nice
the coconut.
DM.
He slips on a coconut.
Yeah, there's
Because
too many
his
coconuts in
head
that tree.
is lowered.
Yeah.
His head is
for the
lowered,
smallest opening.
and because he slipped on that
He's
coconut that he
exposed.
forgot was on the ground from when it hit him on the head, and he slipped on it.
He's disorientated.
And
And
disorientated, but he just tried to get rid of that.
So he's in the middle of trying to get rid of it.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's why we stab him while he's distracted. He's opening himself up, and that's what an attack of opportunity is.
All right. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you too. All right. So sky and down, give me an attack. And if you're aiming at the gem, specify that you are. Okay, you're not hitting.
Down was aiming at the gem.
Down hits
Probably
a
cut
coconut.
her leg.
Down, you actually take -7 health because that was so bad. No, I'm just kidding.
If you
Uh,
take -7, does that mean
do
you
I-
hit it?
Yeah, and if I hit myself, does Armor of Agathis happen, and I take that damage?
You also take bonus damage from Armor of Agathis. You don't hit yourself. You don't do anything. You just miss the mark a little bit. Sky, were you just hitting in general?
I was aiming for the gem.
All right. Well, you miss, but you did get closer to it than others. So you actually accidentally knock the arrow that is still kind of lodged in Clifford's head. So roll a d4, just flat d4 for damage because of agitation. All right. So 3. Minus. Blah. All right. So fine. Attack of opportunity. When I slipped on the coconut. He was also eating grass
Did a whopping 3 damage.
for 3 damage. All right. So that will be his turn because he can't really do much. He's a little too out of it. He can't exactly perceive what exactly is going on around him. So down after missing once, what will you do on your turn?
So you did specify that all the doggos, over
Seem to be
here, were
flickering
being,
in and out?
they're being statically fading and being weird.
Yeah, all of them. All of the doggos on the map.
Right. In that case, Down is going to take initiative from her. Well, I have 2 options. I'm going to go with the better option. Down is going to take the initiative, and she's going to follow up with Sky, try to stab him straight through that gem.
All right then.
Even though she missed before, she's, reeling back and
Strike true.
flying forward.
Mama didn't raise a quitter, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
She
And,
didn't raise a chicken. She raised a chicken hawk.
Or just a regular hawk.
yeah.
Yeah, or
reason-
just a regular hawk.
The reason Down missed the attack before was she was still a bit confused by the visions and probably mumbled something under her breath.
She's
Sees
still getting
things all
used
the
to the
time.
smell.
Yeah. But this was different, and that's what she mumbled. Anyway, it has a 17.
She mumbled this time, guys. That's how it's different.
Yeah, instead of whispering, it's a mumble.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway,
that
how's a
hits-
17?
That hits the gem square on the head.
Ooh.
On his forehead. Roll me damage.
And she rages but I guess she does that afterwards because I'm a silly bird.
Oh, you silly bitch. You should have said it first.
I should have said it first, but oh
Well,
wow.
that applies to the dogs, thank you.
Yeah, that's rude. I'm a cat. Thank you
She's a-
very much.
Oh, you.
Are you a
I'm
bird?
not saying the other one.
Cat
but whatever.
bird.
All
And
right.
maybe
so,
that's it.
so what did you strike the gem with?
A great sword. She was stabbing straight for it.
All right. So you're like lunging at it, like with the point.
Uh-huh.
So you're essentially that one vine from Pro Z, whereas that the character has one. I think that enemy got the point.
Yes.
Yeah, you said it, Archibald.
Exactly.
It's like, I think that enemy got the point. Yeah. Like, I think that enemy got the point.
I hope the gem gets the point.
Hey, Down, do you think that gem got the point? I think that gem got the point.
Hey, Down, do you think that gem got the point?
I think that gem got the point.
Okay, stop. Okay. So, Down, as you lunge forward and stab your sword through the gem, it's already cracked and a little bit broken, but with your sword and just the weight that you put behind it, just kind of like penetrated through the gem and penetrated the skull of the wolf.
Oh,
So like
boy.
you're like what's called like the master sword. You know how it's like in the rock and you take it out. Play that scene in reverse. Midnight, get a gif of that in reverse. Put it in right now.
I can only do so much.
Poor Midnight.
Do
All right,
everything.
All right, so everyone sees that gif. Audience, good.
Look at that gif.
Get rid of it. Get rid
There
of
it
it.
is.
Copyright. Get rid of it. All right, so I don't expect you to ever do any of those that I request tonight. Don't worry. I don't care if you don't ever put anything in there. Yeah, just know that I always do those for shits and giggles. Anyway, so it's like the master sword plunging it in instead of taking it out. So your great sword just kind of like goes in like butter through the gem, through the wolf, and it's kind of like everything goes into like anime outline, like a explodey white explosion kind of thing, where it's like everything goes white and black. Like the environment is white and you guys are like black silhouettes against it, and you just
It turns
see
into
like
speed demons.
this griffin like with a sword like stabbing through a wolf's head, and it's like the world goes white and goes. You guys were the half from Infinity War that died at the end. Welcome to Earth. I'm kidding.
Roll
But the
new
world-
characters.
Well, I guess
No,
that
okay.
wasn't in the channel description.
I mean,
That
it
was going to be our
was.
last words.
Yeah. All right, but
Except for Micaiah.
except for Micaiah, whose last words were, "Let's fly to the castle," which translates to, "I don't feel so good." But like the black silhouette, that does happen. It's like everything goes white and black. Everything kind of like loses color and goes into anime mode, whereas explosion and like it kind of like closes. Like there's a close up of your face and like you're just a white outline, like your lines, and it does that anime thing where it's like they slowly fade away into the white, almost like you're dissolving kind of thing, and essentially just a massive explosion happens. Like the camera pans out to like a world view, and like you just see this one like white bubble, which is huge. If you like look at the scale of the world, you can visibly see a giant explosion.
Some astronaut on the moon is looking down.
Yeah, it's like
Errf has a moon.
he's eating space popcorn, and he's like, "Huh, maybe we should tell Houston about that."
Do you think it's a problem?
No. He's like he's thinking to himself, maybe we should tell Houston about that, and he's like, nah. And then like
he has enough problems to worry about.
yeah, he's got
Batman.
enough problems to worry about as like a xenomorph just like crawls around in the background of him without him noticing. Nah.
Put it on the map.
They put it. No, that's a joke.
Yes,
And only
do
in the
it.
waiting
That's
room
squirrels, not a xenomorph.
map. Yeah.
Or is it?
All right. but like the world, like the camera zooms in back into the world, motion blur, and we rejoin all of you here, where
Where? Oh,
where
where?
I grabbed Micaiah too, but don't worry about it. I'll bring it back.
Micaiah, no.
Micaiah didn't feel so good.
Micaiah.
That's how Micaiah disappeared.
All the wolves disappeared, and then Jerry reappears.
Hold on. Wait, I'm getting it. Hold on.
Because Jerry's been gone.
Oh, wait, no, that's horizontal. Whoops.
Huh?
I have Timmy too. Shit.
No, Timmy's here.
Jerry!
Jerry,
They
best
left
goal.
him behind.
Again.
No. Yeah. They all ditched Jerry.
After a giant white explosion. So essentially, you guys are in a crater. But let me just get this. Okay, you guys are all essentially left in a giant crater.
This looks like the waiting room.
Yeah, this looks a lot like the waiting room.
So, we started the game en media res.
Where's Jerry?
It's right there.
Oh,
That's it.
okay, good. I was worried.
All right, so you guys are all essentially in a giant crater. For roughly, you would estimate like a couple 100 feet out from you, there's just nothing but a big crater, dirt, and like smoke. Like rubble too, but not as much because rubble was invited to the party. But like that is what you see all around you.
Down, what did you do?
To the most
I
astute
don't know.
observationalist, you also see that Jerry is there with you guys.
He was the mastermind the whole time.
Arya is currently.
The rest was an illusion.
Since everything vanished, Arya is now trembling and it just falls to her knees. What she has of them.
Sky.
Nice.
Sky.
So, I
Hold on.
fell out of the sky, right?
Yeah. You were
I
10
wonder-
feet, so yeah.
Yeah.
But all of you are
Well,
like on the ground. So let me just get this. So Sky, specifically you, in front of you and little Timmy, I guess. So you guys are here, specifically in front of you, even though Down was the one who stabbed it. In front of you, you are on the ground, like in like horse sleeping position, like folded hooves. I don't know what to call it. It's like, when you got all your, like in the show, where they got like all four hooves
It's
down.
called
down,
laying down.
laying down position, downward dog, whatever.
That's something else.
Whatever.
But yes,
I know
carry
it's a
on.
yoga term.
Carry on,
And
wayward son.
so you're like lying down on the ground. You kind of, you were kind of like in the face of the blast, and so was Down, but she ended up somewhere else, like side you
Ground
over here.
zero.
But in front of you is little Timmy, who is clutching something in his hand. Like you can see that his one hand, his left hand, is like balled up tight in a fist, and his right hand is splayed out, like as it would be if you just kind of fell down or something, got hurt or whatever. However, the thing that you notice is that little Timmy doesn't look all that, not right, but like he seems different than how you remember him. For one, he's not covered in wolf vomit. That's the most obvious thing. But for two, it appears that there's a giant xenomorph.
Ah.
Ray.
Rip
Oh, hey,
Jerry.
the squirrels are back.
I'm kidding. But for two, it appears that he's slightly taller or bigger. The would be the correct word. Like you remember him fitting like snugly into his clothes, But now, seeing him before you, it appears that he is older, kind of.
He's ripped out of his clothes.
No, he's not like the Hulk where he's just in pants, but he's like his little pants are like a little tall for him, so they're kind of like hugging like his like pelvis area.
He's got
His
tight
shirt,
pants on.
Now they're capris.
yes,
No.
exactly. They're also made of denim, and they got like all the way cut. They're like booty shorts. I'm kidding.
Timmy.
His shirt. He was wearing overalls, by the way. His shirt doesn't appear to be tight-fitting sleeved shirt. Like with the cuffs and shit to make him look good. It appears to be kind of like more like a tiny jacket on him than anything. And his overalls, you can see that are like gripping at his shoulders like very tightly. You would assume that the elastic is kind of like being worn out here, like it's at its limit. But the main thing you see about him is that he doesn't appear injured. In fact, because his clothing is so tightly so tight around his body, it appears that he is a little. You can see that he is a little more toned. Like you can see he hasn't skipped leg day or arm day or any day. It's like he seems a little more fit than anything. His body seems to have grown in mass and size,
He is
and
Cullen.
he appears to be older. You would say before he had like a cute tuft of hair on his head. Now it appears he's got like a little bit of a like scruff on him, not his face, but like his hair. He doesn't have a beard.
Timmy, you've grown up.
How do we know this is Timmy?
They grow up so fast.
He is wearing little Timmy's clothing, is how you know. All the same clothing.
What did you do with Timmy, and why are you wearing his clothes?
No, but Arya, you said you were crying, right?
No,
Or
she's just.
whimpering?
She's kind of in a mental panic right now, but she's calming herself down. But she's on her knees.
All right, and you're like that distance away from the party. You chose to be like that.
During the blast, she was away from the party, so I positioned her away from the party.
All right. So it appears that Arya's having a moment over there to herself. Maybe because of everything, maybe, I don't know, personal shit, but Arya seems to be a little preoccupied. Sky, you are a little preoccupied with the fact that little Timmy ain't so little anymore. Don, what are you doing?
She's just gonna, after all that, rub her head a bit and just go. And what I screwed roll 20 up. Of course I did. But
How dare.
There it goes.
she's going to rub her head a bit and just kind of mutter, "What the hell?" After that crap. I'm guessing her sword's probably not summoned anywhere near, and her armor is probably down.
No, your sword is nowhere near you. For some reason or another. Or for one reason or another.
It's probably not going to last.
Yeah.
But you're kind of like contemplating stuff, just like standing there. Thinking maybe.
Yeah. She's gonna give a glance to Arya, then think to herself, and move up a bit, see what everyone else is doing.
All right. Glenn, what are you doing after all this? There was a big-ass explosion, crater. Everyone appears to be like a little preoccupied or something. Oh, right. I should probably have said, let's see, Flip. Micaiah's like petting Jerry, by the way. She rolled really good on animal handling. She's like, let's fly to the castle kind of thing. She's like kind of like calming it down. And Jerry just kind of seems like to be like whimpering and kind of like hugging close to her.
The rest of us ditched Jerry.
Yeah, but Jerry was forgotten by her.
Actually, would Jerry even know what the heck just happened?
No,
Maybe not.
I imagine Down's actually probably going to look over to Glenn.
Glenn is trying to
You cut out a bit.
Oh. What can she? Is it just a big ass crater just everywhere that we can see?
Not everywhere. You see it go on.
She's just trying to make sense of the surroundings right now.
We see it go on.
Crater for quite a while away, quite a ways away. But you do see in the distance that there is, the forest that you came from. There is forest, and it's just a really big crater that you're in right now.
Can I fly straight up just to get a better view?
Yeah, sure.
And just
Perception, I'm assuming.
yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me a perception from up there. How's the weather up there?
Meantime, Arya finally got up and is going to start walking over to Sky.
All right. Let me just move this out the way. Come back here. Okay, good. Sorry, there was something in the GM layer that was really annoying to look at. I'll give you 3 guesses as to what it is.
A xenomorph.
Oh wow, you got it on the first guess. Nice.
Wow.
All right. So real quick, Glenn, with your perception, what exactly were you looking for? Just to survey the general area?
Yeah, and are we in the same spot we were? Were we moved at all by this explosion?
All right. Specifically for that, I'm still going to give you your. But for that, I'm going to need, what is it, survival for your surroundings? I believe it was.
That works.
Sure, yes. Also roll me a survival. All right, so general surroundings first. So you do in fact see, okay, average. So you do in fact see that it's just a really big crater around you. You see that in the distance, obviously, like I said, forests, and you can see what's it called? You can see that there are mountain ranges further in the distance on the horizon. But with that 10, you can tell from what you remember, survival, from what you can tell, those mountain ranges that I mentioned, those mountains at least, I don't know what are mountain ranges, I forget. But whatever, those mountains in the distance, you can remember those are the same mountains from when you guys were traveling here.
You cut out.
You can tell that roughly it's in the same position. You're not sure if you have been moved, but if you have, it wasn't that far from where you were last. What you last remember your location being.
And can I see Bella from here?
How high are you?
Can I find a low-hanging cloud? Or did those get blown away by the explosion?
Well, a massive explosion tends to do that. So I'm going to say that, no, it's a pretty clear sky right now.
I mean, I go up. If I'm trying to see the distance, then...
Yeah, I'm saying, how far up did you go?
Well, how deep is this crater? I'd like to see over it.
Well, you can already do that easily. It's not that down. But
I want to go high enough so I can see over the trees of the forest.
She goes up until she can confirm whether or not Bella is nearby.
All right.
However high that requires.
All right, I'm gonna say that's roughly you guys did travel here for a time. Yeah, travel here for a time, but I'm gonna say that you get roughly about 70, 80-ish feet up, and you can't see Bella directly. You don't see the houses. However, you do see the smoke coming from houses in the blacksmith over in that direction, and you do. I'm going to say this carries over with that 20. You do, in fact, see that waterfall with the bridge that you guys had to cross to get here. So, looking at that and the direction that where you guys are right now, below you, you can tell that this is still the same spot that you guys were at with the wolves. Nothing changed. You weren't transported anywhere else. So you are still in the same position. It's just now you're in a big crater.
All right,
and that's what you get with your rolls.
I will lower back down then. Now that I have a lay of the land.
All right. So, or not Sky, Arya. All right. You went over to Sky, right?
Yes, because Still a little bit panicked after what happened, Arya is going to approach Sky and ask,
what happened to the big one? What happened to him?
I'm not quite sure. It just down struck him and he exploded.
And then all of them vanished, except that one. Wait.
You saw the same things I did.
Hang on. That one's still there?
Micaiah's still just like petting it, kind of like reassuring.
Are you
Trying to get it to calm down.
able to talk to that one?
But the dumb one?
We don't want to associate ourselves with that one.
Look,
I could try
to get as much information as possible. Find out how this happened.
Well, she stands from her overly described sitting position,
Laying down.
Before leaving, she's looking at Timmy, and just
Not
asking.
Little anymore, just Timmy.
Oh no, his name is still Little Timmy.
Nah.
it's a title.
Say young Neil.
Oh.
You shall now be called Neil.
Neil.
Are you all right? She asks him tentatively.
Manly voice.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, she's talking to Timmy.
Oh.
No, not you.
You didn't just get eaten
What's
and
the
regurgitated.
bird? Get out of here.
I honestly thought you were asking Arya too.
I said she looks at Timmy and says, "Are you all right?"
I didn't hear the Timmy part. I think that part might have gotten cut out.
Arya is so smart.
Oh god.
Hey, you didn't get eaten. You're fine.
That was hilarious.
I may or may not have had a traumatic experience right now.
Yeah, I may or may not have had a traumatic experience right
We all just had a
now.
traumatic
You
experience.
care more about the boy. The boy.
Boy.
The boy. All right.
Little Timmy is
Boy, don't get so far ahead.
boy.
Boy of war.
You gotta change your name, Zero.
Dad of boy.
Dad of boy. Boy of war. All right. So.
Yeah, she asked him if he's all right.
So I was gonna say that he wasn't conscious though. He was still clutching something in his fist though. Why did I say though twice? He was clutching something in his fist. He was unconscious though.
Is that why he had the red X on him?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I don't know why I got rid of, but okay.
In that case, she tells Arya, and I know probably looks it down as well as she says this, but keep an eye on him, would you?
Arya just nods.
You could change your fate, would ya?
That's what Down was gonna do.
Change your fate.
Yeah, sure. No, Down nods as well.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Sky comes over, does her ranger thing, and tries to gesture to Jerry to ask him if he has any idea what the heck.
Down is watching Sky with much interest.
All right. So you do a little dance, kind of thing. You make a little love. You got down tonight. Got
Well,
down.
I am my own bird, thank you very much.
Strong, independent bird.
All right. So no, but you do in fact make motions that would indicate like what happened kind of thing, and the wolf Jerry, Micaiah actually like I imagine that you were like trying to like communicate to the wolf, but like Micaiah, because of animal handling, she was like, "Let's fly to the castle." Is like translated is his name's Jerry, by the way.
Thank you.
So like Ken, there you go, boom.
It's like, oh, this is Jerry. And he turns around, walks away.
We don't want to know what happened. But yeah, so then I'm assuming you kept going and kept asking. So, what were you asking first? Let's just do kind of like in order. What were you asking him first?
Well, the first general question was, does he know what the heck?
All right. Does he know what the heck? He kind of like motions that pack leader is like undying loyalty. He takes a piss on the ground and is like, because like he honestly thought that guy Clifford was like a real wolf. Like he didn't suspect anything.
He didn't suspect
anything. He thought, for all he knew, is that there was really a really big dog that was out that he was following.
You mean he wasn't a really big dog?
No, he was a somewhat big dog. He was a faux really big dog. But that's what he kind of gets across, is that he was just following the alpha, and that he didn't know of anything that was wrong with it.
I just follow the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Peer pressure. Kids, if other kids are jumping the bridge, you do the same. Sonic says.
I mean, they probably have a reason for jumping off the bridge, right? They wouldn't all just go insane. Maybe the bridge is on fire.
Yeah, or maybe there's like a bounce house.
Yeah. So kids jump off bridges.
Sky does not question how he couldn't tell that something was wrong. She will inquire if he followed the big wolf across the bridge with the hydras to get here.
I just rubbed my eyelash got in there. Something that hurts.
Oh no!
I'm in pain, guys. I'm taking emotional.
Good.
Oh no! Shine your eyes.
That's what you get
Shine your eyes.
Shine your eyes.
Shine your eyes for having Timmy be eaten.
Shine in your eyes.
No.
It was
Light
the
shine
heat
your light.
of the moment.
Eyes.
The heat of the moment. Shine in your eyes. Sorry, I like that NSP song. I like the cover. It's really good.
And we wonder why it takes us so long to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Sorry. So he conveys that he did not, in fact, cross the bridge with the Hydras to get here. He does, however, go on and tell you that from like when he met the Alpha that just suddenly showed up, it was when the Alpha was accompanied by a human. A human. A U with an umlaut on it.
Oh,
Human.
Human.
He says that the Alpha was accompanied by a human, but that the Alpha was treating the human like as if it were an equal and not just, prey. It was as if, the Alpha was like friends with the human. But after that, like he kind of does like the gesture for like Alpha and becomes like big dog because his name is Big Dog. I'm just kidding. No. But he kind of does the motion of like loyalty, power, attacking, bites and snarls a couple times. It's like essentially what you can glean from that is that the Alpha, this guy, Clifford, was kind of like really strong and essentially took out the last Alpha and was kind of just like the new tough shit. And no one really questioned it, nor did anyone try to like hurt the human because the Alpha said so by peeing on him.
Makes sense to me.
I see.
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, it kind of does.
Yeah, with wolf logic.
Yeah. All right, but that is what he answers with that, Sky.
Okay. I'll ask him, those like 30 or 40 wolves that appeared near the end of all that, were they from his pack originally, or did they come with the Alpha?
So, as best as he can explain, he does something akin to like playing dead, making out the shape of the human, so like I guess standing up on his hind legs, and then kind of like doing like some weird paw
Interpretive dance.
Shaking, like when you go for a shake with your dog, it's like it does that.
Mm-hmm.
Like essentially, what you can glean is that when his tribe's people died, the human kind of did something to them, and like the hands were like magic and shit.
He
Did something to them.
gestures that magic and shit.
Magic and shit.
Down is very familiar with that gesture.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. It's like
She's
a
been
very
practicing
common
it a lot.
magic class. Anyway, he essentially says that like whenever any of the clan would fall, or any of the tribe, whatever, the pack. There we go. Whenever anyone from the pack would fall, that the human, accompanied by the alpha, would do some weird shit to them, magic and shit to them, and would kind of make it to where like they were back, but not really the same. The body was there, of course, but what stayed of them was not them. Like you brought back the body, but not the personality, kind of thing is what I'm going for. Is what
Each
he's
of them
saying.
gained the soul of a Steve.
Yeah, there we go. That's why they were all called Steve. There we go.
Oh no!
That's totally it. That's canon now.
Well, since I've done that, and that was part of my plan, actually, I will ask him, are there any more non-Steves, as far as he knows? That's a much easier way to ask him if there's any more not undead wolves.
All right, so
are there any more wolves that are not
any
Steve?
more like regular wolves, right?
Yes, besides himself.
Besides himself. He says he barks once, and then he goes, I was about to talk as if I were Jerry. Whoops. Jerry doesn't speak unless he barks.
Well, he can. 2 levels.
He barks once. Yes, but not actual words is what I was about to say. As if I were Jerry.
Any of us have comprehend languages?
Guys, don't you know animal friendship is a thing. Everyone can talk. No, but he essentially barks once and kind of like does that dog thing where they point shit out, with their bodies and their nose.
Mm-hmm.
He points in the direction of not Bella, but like kind of like Bella adjacent. Like does anyone have a compass on them?
You're moving.
I'm a ranger. I don't need a compass.
All right. Adjacent. Well, whatever. So
I know which way is north.
All right, I guess that'll work. So
you have to have a feat for that.
You can tell that.
No, you don't. I can't get lost.
Yeah, you two cannot get lost. Period.
All right, so you guys act as our natural compasses, whatever. So you can tell that where it's pointing, you know that Bella is west of where you are, but where he's pointing is kind of like southwest. Kind of like in the direction of Bella, but like slightly to the side. Oh god, the hiccups.
When we need to act as natural compass, we turn on compass mode and we just spin to point in the direction.
No, you hold a piece of metal in your hand. You get Down's great axe.
That's called dowsing.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't douse.
Yeah, you glens.
I glens. Let me cleanse the situation here.
No, but that is what it kind of does. It's like he barks once and points in the direction of roughly southwest. And essentially what you can glean from that is that, yes, there is one other one in that direction. So would you ask him anything else?
Well, I relay to the others what I've learned and ask if they can think of anything I should ask.
There was a hair. Sorry.
Doesn't know anything about the gem. That thing.
Ask him about the shiny juju. Yes. Did you notice?
Shiny juju.
He asked Jerry if he ever noticed the shiny juju on Big Dog's forehead and if he knows anything about it.
Yeah, he responds with actual words. He's like, oh yeah, that was a souvenir from the Tech and the Power show.
From the human.
The only merchandise they ever made. Our boss got it. I mean, Wolf.
The man.
I mean, Venusaur.
I mean, Venusaur. No, I'm kidding. No. He like makes some bites and snarls and like a confused look, as in like, no, he didn't, but he did notice that the alpha always seemed to be stronger than their opponents or his opponents, and that he would take them down with ease, whereas other wolves would like fight hard to get in the position.
Until he met us.
Exactly.
Until they met us.
We're your alpha now.
Oh. Anyway.
Oh,
But he said that he never really noticed it. He does relay that the human seemed to have something similar to what you're describing around his neck, and that he has seen that. However, he did not see one on the actual alpha himself.
I see.
And one more thing.
One more thing.
I have another question.
Who is... What was it?
Miss
Jerry
Miss
or whatever?
Big.
What's his
Sorry.
alpha now?
Who is his alpha now?
yes.
Okay.
I am your god now.
Actually, I don't think that should be a question. I think that should be more of an imperative statement. Sky informs Jerry that Down is now his alpha.
She got the final blow.
So
Congratulations, Dan. You have a familiar.
So
It's called an animal companion.
Down,
I'll
you get
take
one of the druid, but you don't get a feat next time.
You know what? I'll take it.
No, I'm kidding. You don't instantly get another level up. No.
Puppies.
Not unless I say you do, which you don't. So it responds with that typical dog thing of like tilting its head to the side and its ears are like pointed up, and it's like, well, one is pointed up because its head is tilted, and one is pointed to the left because it's still pointed up. But since its head is tilted, it's pointing left. Anyway, you get what I mean. It's kind of like confused, and it kind of like makes like it kind of looks. He kind of walks around you, and like looks at Down, and is like sniffing in her general direction.
I elaborate that Down bested the previous alpha, so now Down has that position by right.
So the Awoo Meister over here is approaching Down slowly,
Oh,
tentatively, and is like, Micaiah turns around and kind of like explains, let's fly to the castle, let's fly to the castle, let's fly to the castle, which roughly translates to like,
Let's fly to the castle.
no, it translates to, don't worry, he won't bite. He probably is just trying to like size you up because you did, defeat the previous alpha.
He
So,
hasn't
like-
bitten me at all, except for the first time he bit me.
She is visibly unsure about this.
Arya will brush her wing toward Down to kind of usher her towards the dog.
Go on.
So you're like
go on.
pushing it towards it. Wait, is Arya just like pushing down?
Is the dog right next to Down?
Yeah,
Yes,
they are.
sorta.
Well,
If
she's
you
not
usher.
ushering him. She's not ushering her next to them. She's just gonna do that to get her attention.
Go on. Show your dominance.
Lay on him.
Right, that's how
wasn't-
they do things around here.
I wasn't gonna say it.
No,
No, not that way.
no, not that way.
Not like
There's
this.
more than one.
There's more than one way to assert your dominance. But yeah, down. Arya just said assert your dominance. Girl, work it. You what's it? What's that term again? Not a strong independent woman, but it's like another thing that's means the same. I don't remember. I'll get it later maybe. But yeah,
You go, girl.
How are you gonna do this? Jerry seems to be kind of like sniffing in your direction, like still sniffing you, but like now that you're so close, he's kind of like sniffing like your gauntlet. And he's like, you're that close, and he's like just like kind of like staring up at you. What do?
Down is gonna pull that very same gauntlet back a little bit, and then I guess extend it towards the wolf and near his face. How does he react?
All right, so he kind of like pulls his head back, and his like ears go straight up, like in alarm, kind of, and he's kind of like a little bit backed up, but he's not like running away or anything. He's like kind of like tentative, not sure.
Now I can't use that word.
Because
Welcome to
I
Errf.
used it, and this is totally words of friends. You can't steal my word.
Yeah. Huh.
Give him
So-
Little shyly.
I'm really tempted to do a thing, but I'm pretty sure I shouldn't do the thing.
Well, how do you want to rule, with an iron fist or what's the other one that means like good? Or like Theodore Roosevelt, softly but walk with. Was it walk with the big cane?
speak softly but carry a big stick.
Yeah, there it is. Do you want to rule like that, or do you want to rule with an iron fist? Because technically, you do have an iron fist right now.
You're going to need a big stick though, and I'll have to loan you my amp for that.
Now throw the stick and tell him to fetch.
Well, she's going to kind of just extend it a little bit until she's within range of the, she's going to kind of, tentatively push that, carefully push that gauntlet towards the wolf, kind of hold it up in an open palm gesture. And okay, out of character, I have to say, I'm so tempted to say that down boops it on the snoot.
Oh, because I thought you were gonna do a Kamehameha.
No,
I don't
how
think
many
that would
boobs?
win the wolf's loyalty.
Give it a playful boop on
The
the snoot.
pooping is Arya's thing. We already went
Yeah.
over this.
I
No,
know.
Arya boops with a sword.
No, she booped them with her fists. Talons.
Hey, Glenn, you booped someone with an arrow. I think it was. Shut up.
We're the boop party.
Boop
but-
it with your own snoot. Boop snoots.
All right, so down. What are you gonna do with this? Ricard in the sky was kind of like looking on, like, what's gonna happen? Oh, wow.
Regardless, if the wolf is going to let her, she's going to try to kind of put it on his forehead,
Yeah, I know.
gently.
So
Between the ears.
he slowly like brings his head forward as you slowly put your talon or your gauntlet covered talon towards him, and he just kind of like finally does that dog thing where he kind of just like eases into it and just like accepts the head pat or head scratch or whatever you're gonna do. So like his head is
Head
now
scratch.
in your talon. What are you gonna do, if anything? He's not
She's
resisting.
gonna kind of
Name it, bam.
pat him.
Now roll handle animal and see how well you handle him.
She's gone pat him and kind of just be like, there.
A gentle pat.
I
Awesome.
just go, and who's a good doggy?
I've been pet.
Oh, pet? What?
Pet, pet, pet.
No, hold on. It's like suddenly the Longhorn Con crossover and a circlet of speaking falls out of a portal and lands squarely around Jerry's throat, and it's essentially the dog from Up.
Wow.
I mean, give me 2 levels, and I will get to speak with animals.
So
How
what's
about
going to
give that
happen
to
when we
Tom, and you'll
encounter the
get a
squirrels?
circlet of speaking.
Is there going to be anyone in the party who can't speak with animals?
Arya.
Everyone
Arya.
looks at Arya.
However, she has animal handling +3 right now.
All right,
That's not
so you're just like petting him, kind of like petting him softly to like kind of reassure him that you're not gonna hurt him. All right, so he just kind of like melts into it, and he's just kind of like sitting there accepting it. You can see his tail wag. You can see him kind of like just kind of like tilt his head a little bit to try and get like different angles of where your gauntlet is like patting. Really likes it. And Micaiah's like, let's fly to the castle. And it's like she says like, I think he likes you.